My brother Quake Matthews is here.
You know where this jersey's from?
Shook one's Mob Deep. You ain't a crook, son. Oddly enough, I know that.
We just had that conversation off camera. But how you doing, man? Renovations, place looks good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. A lot of hard work went into it.
Yeah.
I was thinking, no, you go.
Were you hammering nails? Like, were you physically doing any labor?
Oh, yeah, we did. Man, you know how much like a contractor is these days? They're expensive. We couldn't afford any of that.
So you were physically hammering nails?
Not even hammering, taking nails out. Like, look behind you, like up on that pillar. See how there's nails just in there?
Yeah.
We were taking nails out of everything. Like, this place was just, look at the roof. See how there's nails up there? And like, it wasn't even like, it was more just like taking stuff out, de-dusting, painting. It was, you know, it is what it is.
De-dusting.
De-dusting.
As opposed to dusting.
You know what's funny? When we were doing it, see, like above these vents here, we were cleaning above, and like a porno mag was hidden up there from like the 70s. So whoever used to live here before would come down here and, you know, do what they had to do.
Wow.
They hit the thing up there.
Were they clean shaven?
Sure, they could have been clean shaven. No, back then, no. God, no. But you found a bunch of stuff down here as we were cleaning it, like old baseball cards, like Expos, like. It was just, you found a bunch of weird stuff. It was cool.
Do you know who the previous owner was?
I don't, but I talked to our neighbor, and it was just like an older woman.
Creep.
Sure. Yeah, anyways, yeah. Cool spot.
No, nice one, man, for sure.
I was thinking about the days when, I said this on the intro, when we were working together downtown, and I looked at your focus, I guess, on your career, and I didn't understand it. I remember we'd be driving home, and you'd be on Twitter just like, researching almost, like looking things up, and I'd be like, what's this guy doing? Why is he always on his phone looking at? And back then I didn't get it because I wasn't really trying to do anything, but now I get it. I'm sick of my phone. But back then the focus and the hustle was very, very cool to see. And I was saying on the intro, like I just said, now that I'm trying to do something with my life, to be able to see it come full circle, it's kind of cool.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Do you remember those days?
Yeah, persistence. I remember we used to stop in at the horse stable on the way home. There's one horse we called Rusty. Feed him carrots, apples. And I remember one day we were driving by Citadel Hill, and we pulled in. You pulled in. I'm like, what is he doing? And like, there he is, Matt, the greatest hockey player in the world. There was Sidney Crosby jogging up and down Citadel Hill.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
unbelievable. And the fact that no one even talked to him is what
amazed me. No one cared. No one stopped. No one. Yeah, no.
Just there's Sid doing what he does.
Yeah.
But no, those days were great.
Oh, the best. Like, I guarantee you there was way too many people working on that shift and what that job called for. Like, I remember certain days it'd be like, all right, Matt, you just watch today.
Yeah. Well, that's what I saw. It's so fun. I remember there was one day, it was a day Philly Freezer.
Yeah. The cab driver or the actual freeway?
The actual freeway was coming in on a flight for a music video.
Yeah.
And you were having trouble with someone at the airport. And I remember we had to do what we were doing, but you weren't doing anything. You were on your phone. You were calling because you were trying to make sure he could get through somewhere.
Yeah. He got denied at customs. He was actually supposed to be in the Warrior video with me and Jordan in 2011. And then we booked him a show as well, like to make the trip worth his while.
Yes.
So the customs, he had a charge from like 1994 or something, attempt to deliver, and he wasn't even thinking about it because it's never been like a thing or whatever. And sure, because he'd been to Canada, Toronto, sure enough, Halifax. You were charged in like 23 years ago, whatever it was. Wouldn't let him through. Send him back on the plane back to Philly. And then, so we got this video grant to shoot that video. They used to have this thing called Much Fact, and it was like $20,000 to shoot a professional music video. We rented out Citadel Hill, coincidentally. Yeah. We rented out like a Navy ship and like all the camera team, big directors, like it's $20,000 video. So he couldn't make it, so he's on the verse. I'm like, what am I going to do? So I'm late to my own video shoot. I'm writing a verse at home, recorded on my mic, try to memorize it on the way there, and then make a new song pretty much like in place of his verse. And I'm talking about, I'm like dissing Customs on my verse. I'm pissed. Like I'm dissing Customs and saying they wouldn't let Freeway in. He's supposed to be on the song. And yeah, that was like a hell of a moment, man. I had to act quick. Everyone's down there waiting, all the extras, everything. And then so I ended up making that the original song, and then the version with Freeway, I got also terminology on it and called it the remix.
That's incredible. I remember talking to Tommy that day because I wanted to talk to you, and Tom was like, "Just leave him alone, Jesse. You don't want to talk to him today." I was like, "Is everything all right?" Like, what?
Yeah,
I remember
I
you
was
just
stressing,
pacing.
man. Me and Moonyard drove out to the airport to get him because I was like, "Oh, we gotta pick Philly Freezer up in a decent car." And Moon had the Audi, I believe, at that point, and we were just at the airport, and then I got the call. His manager was like, they're not letting him through. I was like, oh man, my heart just like, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like everything is lined up. To me, this is like the biggest moment of my career at the time. Like, you know, $20,000 video grant, everything's rented out. It's gonna be like one of the first professional videos I have featuring a big American rapper. And then, yeah, it all collapsed, man. But we got to do it again, actually. We made up for it. We did it. We shot We Can Do Better in Philly a few years later. And White Trash Tyler shot that, him and Cam Smith back in the day. So we went to him and then did that. It was dope.
I remember each and every day we almost have competitions to see who could get more articles up on the wall at Scotiabank. It would be like,
Me and you.
Yeah. But even though you'd have articles, all I would have is like stat lines, like assist, Belanger.
Man, I found old newspaper clipping because I was cleaning my room. I found an old newspaper clipping. It must have been from a ball hockey league. I don't know why they would put ball hockey scores in the paper.
Yeah, they used to.
They used to? Yeah. I think it was at, might have been at Devonshire or something. So anyway, it's a ball hockey league. I look, it's like Matt Arab, 10 goals. I was like, Jesus, guys lit it up that day.
Was it like a summer tournament or like a league?
No, it was like a game. Like the score was like 18-17 or something like that.
We always have this debate back when we used to play hockey compared to now, how much more, I don't want to say special it was, but they used to, if you were a novice house, they'd put, there was just names in the paper all the time. They would name drop all the time.
Amazing.
Which is kind of smart because if your name's in the paper, you're buying that paper.
Yeah.
But now everything's online.
And then maybe they're in cahoots with the minor hockey. Get your name in the paper. It brings awareness. More people sign up. You know what's crazy? I laced them up for like the first time in like 5 years.
I saw that.
And then the last time I played was the ECMA Cup in like 2018 or something. And then before that, I don't even know when the last time I played. Midget AA, maybe. But man, it's a lot of effort, a lot of wind. I can't swear on here, but holy cow. It's man, I was dying up there. Me and Classified were both dying. He's like, man, I'm gonna throw up. Like after the first period, I was like, I can't believe there's 2 more of these. I don't know. I don't think I can do it. I came out flying though. First shift, I got like 4 shots on goal.
That's how it works. First shift.
Steve Dixon, the greatest Halifax Hawk ever, was like, "You look good out there." It was the biggest compliment of my life.
Steve Dixon.
He was on our team.
He is arguably the greatest of all time, isn't he?
Man, I was like, come on, man, like, cause we were down. I was like, can't you score whenever you want? Like, pick it up.
He probably could. He's probably taking it easy.
He was taking it super easy, but we're down, and I'm like, come on, man, go end to end here, coast to coast. But I don't know. We lost. I hate losing. I also played in the ECMA basketball cup, lost that too. Got 2 points though.
Yeah, you showed the athleticism.
The basketball was. What do you think?
Hockey's harder, cardio.
No, but I swear to God, the basketball, I was dying. Like the basketball, I was struggling. Like hockey, I at least felt like, all right, I belong out here. And basketball, I think I'm pretty good. Like when they have teams, when the boys are playing, like I'm a high pick. I'm up there. These guys were playing so serious, man. I couldn't believe it.
It brings it out of you.
Shot clock I know I sucked. I couldn't keep up like with actual basketball players. You know what? I go play with like Classified and his friends sometimes, Jay Busy and RS Smooth, and like I think I do great out there. You know what I mean? But when you're playing with actual basketball players, like it's a different game. They're drawing on whiteboards and drawing up plays and 3 in the key violations and shot clock violation. I got as soon as I got out there, I was like, I didn't know we were playing shot clock.
Oh yeah,
I had to throw it up. A chucker. I was a chucker. I had to throw it up. I was a chucker, but yeah, that was difficult. I don't know if I'll embarrass myself next year.
It's a different like compared to playing with your friends to an actual like system like 5-on-5.
Yeah,
way different.
Man,
I've done that.
I couldn't believe it because it's like it's not like the schoolyard. It's like these guys are playing zone defense and like setting plays, and I never grew up playing the game, so I don't understand that. I guess that would be like someone playing hockey and be like, you know, how to cycle it or a breakout pass or these things I know. So I guess it was a little easier for me.
No, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. It's completely different.
Yeah. Like if you know the game, I realize how little I actually know the game. Like I can shoot good, dribble good, but as far as actual like playing your position on a team and like playing the game correctly and having strategy, I don't know nothing about that.
You know, I always think about that when it comes to golf. Why I'm okay at golf, but my whole life I've been on a team sport, so you can lean on other people. Golf,
Yeah.
I kind of find I'm a mental midget because I can't lean on anyone.
Yeah, you're out, man. Golf is the best, I think, game for life in general. Like you're literally alone with it all. That's it. And I feel like if you don't stay present, golf has the most life lessons. If you don't stay present, if you worry about what just happened on the last shot, your next shot's ruined. And I think it's very like it's almost like meditation or something. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like a thought comes into your head, you acknowledge it and then let it go. And it's like,
but it's so hard to let go when you just birdied on a par 5. You're just like, oh yeah, you're the man.
It's so hard.
You can't let it go.
Then you 3-putt. But I feel like the good or bad, you have to let go and just be present. Because like, I don't know. I know when I hit a bad shot, if I dwell on that or if I miss a putt, it's following me for the next couple holes. And it's affecting my mental and I'm not calm enough to make the decisions or swing with the confidence I need to play well.
Yeah, 100%. And it goes both ways. If you have a great shot, you're still thinking about it. If you got a bad shot, you're still thinking about it. There's no it's tough for me to stay even keel with it.
Yeah, it's man, it's the hardest game on earth, I would say. I think.
I haven't played any. Yeah, I haven't played all of them, but it's the ones that I played.
There's like a percentage. There's like 90% of golfers. I don't know.
90% won't break 100.
Won't break 100.
It's like 50% won't break 70. Or no, 50%. 1% won't break 70.
Yeah.
What is it? It was like 25% will never break 80.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Like,
my goal is to break 80, man. Just once. Just once in my life, I want to break 80.
I was playing the other day out at Granite, and I went by myself, and I was paired up with 2 other guys, and I felt good. You know, first tee really nice, and I was just such an idiot. My second shot was kind of in a little divot, and I should have just moved it, but I swung at it to try to impress these guys. Hurt my back. I could barely walk.
What did the club
week.
Get jammed?
It got jammed, yeah. So I went for the follow through, but it just stopped. So my lower back, I was like, just like a spike all.
What hole would this have been?
It was the first one. So was it?
Oh, now you got to play the whole. Did you finish the round?
I just played 9 and then went home.
Oh, okay.
But I shouldn't have because I would just damage my back even more.
Man,
it's
hard on the back.
I'm just starting to learn to use this, you know.
Are you getting to the age where you're like I'm getting freaked out, like I'm getting sore now for no reason and different little aches and pains, and I'm the worst. I'm a hypochondriac. I always think I'm dying or something like.
Me too.
But I feel like everything is like it lasts longer now. It's more tight, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm too young to be feeling this way, but I guess I'm really not. I don't know. Do you find you're getting more sore and
but I listen to my body more.
Do you?
Yeah. I like researching. I like going, okay, well, why is this sore? And then I look up stretches, and then I look up food, and I look up like ointments.
See, I can't look things up. I'm like, why is this sore? I'm like, is it lupus? Is it lupus? I always think I have like the worst because it always comes up the worst. Like there's tingling. I swear, right now there's a tingling right here, and I don't know. I was looking it up, and some bad stuff on there.
It's like go see your doctor right away if your shoulder hurts. Like, I'm waiting in there. No, I'm like that too. But I that's what I like about getting older. Is life is like it's like a puzzle. It's like a game. You just start figuring things out. That's and that's the same thing with your body. It's like you just gotta listen to it.
It's true.
But yeah, for sure, it's you know
life is a puzzle, and there's never. I find it's just never ending problems, and you got to almost fall in love with solving them or be miserable.
Well, that's the thing. As soon as you've solved the problem out, you're sitting there for 20 minutes, and then you're just like, now what?
And there's another problem.
But
it's like golf. You got your driver working, your irons aren't working. You finally get your irons working, your driver goes. You finally get your driver going, your putting goes. This is what life is.
Yeah.
I feel.
How's Jai doing? Have you talked to him at all about the playoffs?
I went to a couple Mooseheads game I saw him at, but no, I haven't talked to him about the playoffs really. But he's doing good, man. He was unable to make my CD release. He was in Mexico living the dream.
What's he doing down there?
Vacation. Living the dream, man. He's doing good, though, man. I kind of want to get out and play some hockey with him. I got the bug now.
Is he at the Forum Sunday still?
Yeah, he's Sundays, and he used to play Thursdays. I don't know what his schedule is now because he got a hip replacement. When we snuck in the World Juniors, he had the cane, so it just made our case easier. I was like, you know what I mean? Just trying to maneuver.
He's with a cane. What are you gonna do? Kick him out?
Yeah.
The sympathy.
Yeah. We actually got him a seat, like at the top of the sections, how they have like the EMS, like, or what is it, ambulance, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I know
So
where it
he
is.
goes and sits in the seat with the cane, and then some guy comes up, one of the ambulance guys, is like, you can't sit there. And then me and Drew lose it. We're already about 49 beers deep, and are you gonna kick the guy with a cane out? He can barely walk. He's disabled. And then one of the younger ambulance guys came and was so flustered. He was, sorry. Here, got him a new seat. He's just sitting there in the seat, smiling. And I'm filming him for that video I made for TikTok. But yeah, it was good times, man. Core memories, man.
I'll say this about the World Juniors: they kind of ruined junior hockey for me because there's nothing
Really?
else that's going to be better.
Yeah.
Like I've went the Mooseheads are in the finals, so that'll be great hockey. I'm excited about that. But like, I don't know, hockey's just been kind of dull for me after that experience.
So the Mooseheads, do they have to win this series to go to the Memorial Cup?
Yeah, so they play Quebec. I think it starts this week, next week.
Okay.
The first 2 games are in Quebec, and then comes back to Halifax for 2. But that'll be really good hockey. Like that should hopefully match the World Juniors.
I like going to the games, man. I haven't been in a while. I've been going a bit this year. But you know what? I actually love the Wanderers games. To me, that's the funnest game in the city. It's outside. It's sunny. It's like a daytime club. Like you're just drinking and then the food. Like I'm a food person. The food is like 1,000 times better than the Scotiabank Center. Scotiabank Center might have the worst slice of pizza, the worst hot dog I've ever tasted. Disgusting.
There's no nachos anymore. The nachos were great. The hot dog, the long foot long, the glizzy, as you like.
I hate it.
It's not good.
I wouldn't feed it to a Saint Bernard.
It's like $11 too.
Yeah, it is.
It's like expensive.
$11, bro. I've ordered it the other day, and I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
Like the Costco one for $1.50 with the pop is better.
Way better.
Way
and
better.
the pizza.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. It's unfortunate.
Why can't they figure that out?
And
Or are they
took
just trying
Subway
to cut
out.
costs?
Subway was great.
Subway, at least you know what you're getting. Like at least you know what I mean. Subway can't really mess up too much. But man, disgusting. And then you go down to like the Wanderers. They got like top-notch food trucks. They got Dickie down there by the spot. They got Jamaican food. They got like
Culture.
actual like good food. Man, I don't know where. I don't know. Maybe it's just all for cost. Is it all just?
Well, they're
It's
making
all about
money.
a buck. That's
I don't
what it
know.
is. Like, I feel like if they just stepped it up a little bit, but what am I? I'm no food.
Well, your food videos are great.
Yeah.
So how does that go into planning? Do you reach out to the restaurants before? Or you just
no,
walk in?
I don't say anything. I don't say anything to the restaurants. I just go in and do it. And in fact, if restaurants try to hit me up too much to be like, come to our spot, like I don't know. I kind of like to do things on my own time. If they bug me too much, I might, out of spite, just wait a little extra longer before I go there.
We were in Montreal and we were walking around Old Montreal last week, and there was a couple restaurants. The people wait out front and they go, "Come try our food, come try our
Was
food."
it the smoked meat one?
No, that place, there was a lineup out the door.
What is that called?
Schwartz's.
Schwartz, yeah.
But that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. If your food is that good, I would have heard about it. I saw a video on
Yeah.
YouTube about Schwartz's. Like, all right, boom, I'm there.
Did you try Kelly's Deli?
Yeah, I used to live right by.
Yeah. I love Kelly's.
Yeah,
Deli.
Kelly's is great.
Yeah.
You got the cigarette smoke coming through dualies. I love that. You know what I mean?
You love the cigarette.
I love the cigarette smoke.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But that's my point. I'm saying, like, if your food's that good, I'll come in. You don't have to convince me. Come.
Yeah.
I'll hear about it.
Yeah. I think I learned that too, almost with like sending people songs. Like I used to try to send people songs, like, "Yo, check this out. Tell me what you think." Like someone bigger or something. But then when people send me songs, it's almost like if it's that good, like it will come across my desk or my ears organically, and then so that's why I feel like I just stopped sending people songs for like the past however many years. But it's just like if it's that good, you're gonna hear about it. And I get you're trying to like, you know, help your career and do whatever. But I feel like you're right. Like the market speaks for itself. If it's that good, I'd rather get told about something by a friend who had an experience with it, like, yo, I heard this song, you should check this guy out, or I tried this restaurant, you should check this guy out. Then from the horse's mouth itself, like, come to my restaurant or listen to my song, you know?
I always look at McDonald's as that example. Like, McDonald's isn't calling you saying, Quake, come try my cheeseburger.
No.
You know McDonald's has a good cheeseburger. Yeah. You're going to go get it.
Hell yeah.
It's just you have to try to get to that level of McDonald's. You got to at least hold that to a standard.
Dope sells itself.
You know, it's true, you know? It's just, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah. Straight up.
And I remember back in the day, you used to go, like, people would ask you for advice on, like, rap, and you'd be like, man, this guy has one song, why are you asking me for advice? And that's how I feel now about podcasts. Justin, what mic do you use? Justin, what's what's that? I'm like, well, let me see something before I write out a paragraph or two to help you. What have you done? It's frustrating in that sense, but you try to be polite, you try to help, but it's,
you get it.
Well,
like,
there's a lot of lessons you taught me back in the day that I was like, what are you talking about? But now I get it.
Everyone has a podcast now. Hey, like, when you probably say, like, I'm in podcasting. Oh, my buddy from up the street, he does a podcast. Or, you know what I mean? Or, like, I just feel like everyone is in it. Or you'll ask me, like, what should I do? Well, go write songs for the next 10 years, then come back to me, put them all out, then come back to me, and then I'll answer your question. Like, there's no secret. Like, I don't know what I can tell you. Like, I think I'm on year 18 just from trial and error and figuring it out. It's like, there's no shortcut for that. Maybe there is, but I really don't have advice. It's just go hard if you believe in it, work on it every day and get better every day, and literally build your fan base brick by brick, piece by piece, get better every step of the way gradually, and that's it. Like, is there a secret? Like, there's no hack. There's no, like, is there a hack for a podcast? If I ask you, I'm starting a podcast tomorrow, like,
this is it. Do it.
Go ahead, do it. Yeah. Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. It's tough.
Is it?
Like, I'm sure hip hop's tough, but like podcasting, the business, it's tough.
Yeah.
You got to work on other people's schedule, just like how you have to work with other artists' schedule.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that your producer's here. You have to make sure that you're in a good state of mind. Like, it's
and just like artistry, everyone's an artist now. Everyone. You could, I don't know, I forget how, you ever see that T-Pain clip where he's like, there's more artists in the world than chairs. He's like, 1 million songs get uploaded to Spotify a day.
Really? Is that true?
Something like, I forget the exact number, don't quote me, but it was something like that. He's like, there's literally more artists than chairs. And it's like, but I feel that's the same with podcasts too.
Yeah.
Everyone has a podcast.
Yeah.
But
I kind of like it in that sense because I'm a competitive individual, and I think you are too. So I like, you want to start a podcast? That's great.
Yeah.
It's not better than mine though.
Yeah.
Like, I like that competitive edge of it.
Of course. I'm trying to kill anyone I do a song with. I'm trying to, like, I don't know. I'm still that fierce competitor. Like, I'm gonna crush everything moving, and I want to be known as the best. If not, why are we doing it? That's how I feel.
Yeah, you got to hold it to a standard.
Yeah,
if
man.
not, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, you got to be the best, man. Which, that being said, I feel like you're doing your thing, man. I think you're upper echelon. Like,
ooh,
yeah,
General Tao.
Yeah. No, but as far as like who would be the, like, who do you look at as, like, is there someone that you look at as like they really keep me on my game? Like, you know, like, for example, for me, when I hear a Psych the Prince verse, I'm like, oh, this guy's so good. I gotta go extra. I gotta, you know what I mean? Step it up, go extra crazy. Like, is there someone that, like, does that for you within, like, podcasting, or you watching, you're like, all right, he did this, I gotta do this now, like?
Not like, other than like a schedule sense of like the consistency of obviously Joe Rogan. Like, I hate to say that because it's such a common answer.
Yeah.
Like, but I admire his schedule and his discipline towards episodes each week. Like, I'm not proud of our consistency, but it's only because we have so many other things outside of the podcast that we're doing.
Yeah.
So like, it's more like the discipline that I admire about him. But in terms of actual conversation in a podcast that I admire,
I like Joe Rogan's conversation too, though.
No, I'm not saying I don't like his. I do. I more, rather than his conversation, I admire his consistency.
Yeah.
Because I know he has the UFC thing going.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
He has other shit going, but to actually have a consistent podcast through all that, like, I admire the schedule.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But podcasts, I don't really listen to too many. I like Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
Like, he's a guy from New York that used to be a criminal.
I know. Yeah. He's
like,
dope.
He tells his stories. Like, people basically that can tell their deep truth. Like, how are you not admiring that?
Does he do his podcast? This is what I admire. Does he? I don't know. I never heard his podcast, but does he do his podcast alone?
Most of the times, every now and then he'll have guests. He's
That's
very
what
specific.
I admire. Like, imagine literally sitting on the mic, turning the thing on with no guest,
Yeah,
and
Bill Burr,
and
too.
yeah, Bill Burr, like,
Yeah.
and talking for an hour, whatever, 2 hours, and being engaging for that entire time. Like, I can't believe that. Like, that's so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would ever be able to do that unless I had a couple cold ones, maybe. You just say what's on your mind, but
Oh, they have a conversation in their head and they just talk it out. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
It's like what's the angel and the devil? They basically just that's what
They play,
that's what Bill Burr
Bill Burr
is.
play off them.
It's the,
Yeah.
You know, he just
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
at two sides of a conversation that he has with himself.
Are you going to Bill Burr? He's coming.
I am. Are you?
No, I didn't get a ticket. I want to see Jerry Seinfeld, like, just in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just want to say, like, oh,
Are you going to Jerry?
No, I don't have tickets. I got to pull a few strings.
Yeah.
Mayor Savage, let me know, pal.
It's going to be a great week in the city.
Mayor
It's gonna be
Savage gave a
great.
great speech at the ECMA Cup. He came in, like, all right, Mayor Savage is coming in for a few words of encouragement, guys. I was like, all right, got a call one in my hand. He goes, all right, guys, go out there and let's go get him. It's like, thanks, Mayor Savage.
He's like a principal. Thanks, man. That guy I've seen done. Like, credit to him. Like, his job is to basically do that, be a public figure for the city of Halifax, and to go out and make speeches day in, day out, shake hands, kiss babies. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'd have the patience for that to always have a smile.
He's like a Mr. Leahy, but for a larger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's like a father figure for everyone almost. Like, he just shows up, will give you a big handshake. How you doing? Nice to see you. I'm going to make us look good. Let's get out.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be fun. If I was the mayor, I'd be just drunk 24/7.
You'd be out of office quick.
Oh, yeah. Who knows? Rob Ford smoked crack.
He did. Well, he's no longer with us, but
yes, rest in peace.
He tried the method.
Yeah.
But no, politics would be politics.
Oh, man. I could never.
I know a couple buddies that want to get into it or have tried to get into it.
Politics?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
You got to always be on your toes, especially you're basically like a professional athlete.
And I feel like they probably dig up your entire past and try to, like, you know what I mean? Like, what was his name? Anyways, I'm not going to go into that. The premier had like 2 DUIs or something like that.
Oh, did he?
Anyways.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well,
Like,
I'm not judging anybody.
a DUI? Oh, man, you'd be surprised how many people have DUIs around here that just...
Yeah.
I know of at least, I'm not going to get into it either, but like plenty of people have DUIs.
We got sponsors here. We got to change the topic here.
Well, that's the thing.
It's not cool.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Well, we got no drinking advertisers, but
No.
who's going to promote their DUIs, you know? Let's keep that to yourself.
Becomes a game.
Yeah. No, I was going to ask you what upcoming... Actually, no, do you mind if we talk about one song?
Yeah.
Daddy's
sure.
a Legend?
Yeah.
Was it tough to write?
Yeah, it was so tough, man. I knew that I had to do something different than all the other tributes that were done for Pat. Like, there was tons from all around the world, and I'm like, okay, everything's been said, and I'm like, what's gonna actually mean something to Pat? And I was like, okay, his kids, like, so let me leave something for his kids to let them know, because they're younger, and it's like, just so they'll always have to, like, know how people thought about their father. And I wrote the first verse to Calvin, and man, I was no good. Like, I was crying. His picture was right over there. I was crying. And then I wrote the first verse, and I pulled myself together and recorded it. And I'm like, all right, I need a break from this song. So, like, I took like a month, and I'm like, because I'm just like, it's that impending doom. Like, I don't want to go back to this because I don't want to feel like this again. And then I went back to it, and I wrote a second verse, and it was kind of whatever. And then one day, Pat's wife, Melissa, hit me up, and she says, I've been seeing your TikToks with Anna, my girlfriend's daughter.
Yeah, I've seen them.
And she's like, Pat would be so proud of you. I wish she was still here so you guys could talk about, because she's the same age as Melissa's little girl was when Pat came into her life, 4 years old. So it's like a lot of parallels that he probably already went through that he would be able to speak on. And she was sending me, because it's confusing, man, trying to come into someone's life. They're a 4-year-old, like, they don't understand, this person isn't my father, like, why is he here? And it's confusing to navigate. But Melissa sent me some texts of Pat trying to navigate it with her, like conversations. She has them saved. And it brought me a little comfort. And that's when I knew. I was like, okay, the second verse just came to me about his stepdaughter. And I kind of drew the parallels with that. But it was tough. Even rehearsing it, I was like crying. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to stand up at the marquee in front of 350 people and perform this. Like, I thought I was gonna lose it, but it went good, and man, it's something I'm proud of. I think it's the biggest song on the album, and I'm happy that I actually produced it as well. I've never produced on my own albums before, so I did the beat for that one, and Nothing to Me was Psych the Prince. So that's another aspect I'm proud of, that I got to branch out and actually do that. So I could say like I literally made that entire song just me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I remember when you sent it to me, I was downtown Toronto just looking for a coffee shop, and I was just listening to it. I think, what is it, the third, fourth song on the album?
Yeah.
And it just kind of hit me out of nowhere. I was walking into the Hockey Hall of Fame, actually, and I just like, whoa, before I get in there, I got to sit down. So I was sitting in the lobby of the Hockey Hall of Fame listening to it. Wow. And then the very end came on when he was on the podcast, and I texted you right away. I was like, Dad, he is a legend.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
It hit me.
I found that clip, because I was like, I wanted to have him speak on it, but I wanted it to be about his kids, and I found that clip from your show, and man, it just went perfect. Like, it went perfect.
That's the Mikey Spoken dude right there.
This right here.
That's it right there.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes it's still unreal to me. Like I'll wake up in the morning, and then like I'll be like oh shit, he's really gone. Like, it's still like sometimes doesn't feel real, Like, it's hard to get used to, but yeah, he'll be missed, man. Hell of a guy, man. Hell of a guy.
We still get comments, because when he came on, that we still get YouTube comments from it. Like, it'll casually just get a nice 50 views a day.
Yeah.
Like, he still has like an impact through that episode. Yeah. It's one of the more prouder episodes I've ever done to date, for sure. Like, it's up there.
Yeah, man.
Just kind of cool that, I don't know, it's just a piece of him that's always on our channel.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
That's the beauty of, I think, just this age in general, is like, if you're an artist, and not just being an artist, like, he was not scared to just hold his cell phone up and speak his mind and go in depth about everything, from his struggles to something that's funny to a message he got. Anything that came to his mind, he was comfortable to speak his mind into that phone. And I think that's a beautiful thing, because now his kids can pretty much go back and look at all these videos and see who he really was. And a lot of people, like the average person, doesn't have that content to go look back on when they're gone. So I think it's a beautiful thing, and that's one of the biggest reasons I do artistry, is that it's a legacy. It's something to leave behind. Like, when you're gone, these things are still going to exist, these podcasts, and it's like some people don't have a lot to leave behind. So I think that's one thing we should be grateful for, is that our thoughts, every thought and how we were feeling. Like, you can document my life year by year by the albums and by the interviews and how I was feeling. And I think it's a beautiful thing. You can really go back and get a sense of who a person was. So
imagine, like, you could have like great-great-grandchildren, and they'll be able to see you. Like, none of us know our great-great-grandfather.
I think about that sometimes. Like, it's like, okay, like, if I have kids and they have kids and they have kids, I'm dead and gone. But it's like, are they going to go on YouTube and be like, he was a rapper? Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him. Yeah.
Like, how weird is that?
Yeah. Or are they going to be like, I don't know, like, looking at the food reviews and, like, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, some of the places might still be in business. Like, they might be able to go try it. You know, watch a food review, then go try it.
Yeah, like, this is my great-great-grandfather trying your...
Yeah, like, it's crazy.
They probably won't even have phones then. It'll be just like Star Wars. It'll pop up. They can just go back into. They'll probably have time machines back then. They'll be right here next to us.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's getting all crazy.
AI. I wanted to ask you about this. What's Drake upset about with AI? And
I don't know if he's upset, but they're making a bunch of songs with his voice.
How? Who's they?
Like, there's a technology where I can speak into this microphone, and I put this plug-in on, and I could speak as Drake. Because the technology studies his voice, and me speaking right now, it would sound like Drake talking to you. So they record their songs as if they're Drake, and then they put the plug-in on, and it actually turns into his voice saying it. So they're putting out fake songs.
Like the lyrics are made up by
The lyrics are made up by, say, me.
Like the thing Callum showed us, like that thing where it like writes essays for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, but it's a different technology. So, like, for example, I say I go and write and record a verse. Then I hit a plugin and it turns it into Drake's voice. And so, like, now there's fake songs with Drake featuring The Weeknd, and people are, I don't know. It's just a whole hoopla, and I don't think there's any laws around it, which I think you will see. Anytime something's new, there's no laws around it. It's just a free-for-all at first, but I hope that it gets regulated. Like, I don't know. It's so crazy. Like, I heard the other day, someone took Prodigy's verse, speaking of Prodigy, on Shook Ones and made Biggie say it. So it's like Biggie saying Shook Ones. And it's like, man, I don't know if this is getting too crazy. Like, I don't know if I want to hear it. I heard one the other day, a rapper did a song featuring Jay-Z. It's like come on, man. Like,
it's like J-Rock. Like, I got Snoop Dogg on my album.
Yeah. Like, I would never do that. Like,
Detroit Velvet Smooth.
I don't know. But the one thing I was thinking, if it makes you a good singer, or like if you can use it subtly, like maybe if I want to sing a background part and then put Rihanna on it or something, so where you can't tell, you know what I mean? Like,
But can you sell that though? You can't if you're Rihanna's voice, you can't go out and make money.
But it's not literally her voice. It's not her voice. It's not. She doesn't own the master to it. There's no law around it. It's like a replica.
Okay, now I get it.
So it's like the same as like an impersonator, or like, you know.
I got you. I got you now.
Yeah,
that's frustrating.
Yeah,
as an artist.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. I think you'll see maybe creative ways to use it, but now it's just a free for all. I don't like it. I don't like it. People's verses and thoughts and like Biggie's verses and stuff like that. Like, bro, I don't know. Tupac and like these things are sacred. Like, you're just now making a free for all of like.
It's like the Mona Lisa of rap music. Like, you can't. It's just.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Michael Jackson singing Lil Wayne verses.
Yeah, it's like, Michael Jackson singing Lil Wayne verses, and I'm like, oh, man, come on, man. Let's at least have a little respect. I feel like art is like, for some reason, why is art so disrespected? I don't know if you feel this way. I don't know if you like do events or anything, but it like, man, to make a 3-minute song takes so much. Like, it's like, it takes so much effort, so much time, pain, tears, whatever. It takes so much money to mix and master it, to market it, and it's like, then it's like, it's just expected that it's free. Or if you're doing like a show or something, everyone's like, yo, let me in, like, you got me, right? It's like, as if this is not like how I make money. Like, I would rather, if you like, and if you're my friend, you don't have to support my music because it's the market and it's your taste. So I'd rather you just stay home than be like, yo, like, because if you feel like this is something where you want to be and you really want to be there, then I feel like you should buy a ticket. Like, I don't know why art is just seen as so disposable, and it's like, I don't know, it's like you don't really do it to friends with anything else, like, who sell clothes or anything, be like, give me a free, maybe they do, but I just feel like, I don't know why art is looked at as so like cheap, as if maybe because it's not a physical product.
Maybe because there's more chairs in the world, or no, more
artists in the world than chairs. Good point. Good point.
We charge $9.99 for pay-per-view hockey games, and sometimes we have people upset about the $9.99. And it's like, well, look, you're home.
Yeah.
You get to watch your child play. You're in your pajamas. You get to cook your own food. You get to save on fuel. It's like, where else are you going to get this luxury? Yeah, you're paying $10, but you're not leaving your home.
So what do they expect they expect you to bring camera people and everyone to work for free? Like, that's crazy.
Basically. It's not a lot of people. It's just a small majority of people. And, unfortunately, that small majority linger in your mind because you want to make everyone happy, but you just realize you can't make everyone happy.
I think that's a big life lesson. When you try to start pleasing everyone, you go crazy.
Yeah.
And I learned that with like even music. I always have a select group of friends I send my music to. And sometimes like it'll be complete opposites. Like one person will be like, I absolutely hate this. And the next person will be like, this is the best thing you've ever done.
And then now what?
So it's like if I don't, so it's like at the end of the day, if I don't believe in myself, or if I'm not capable to make my own decision, you're screwed. Yeah. You can't really.
Yeah.
What can you do, right? But yeah, it's crazy. Crazy, man.
It is nuts, but it's fun. We always say every time
Yeah.
we're golfing on a Tuesday, we're golfing on a Tuesday. We're not in a cubicle.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade it. Life is short, man, and I think that if you get a chance to do what you love and you're surviving, you got a roof over your head, I think you're good. A friend of mine one time, Anton, I was complaining. I was like, man, I wish I had just more money, like just to feel a little more secure. And he's like, just say you had $100,000 more dollars right now that you had. Like, would you be doing anything different, or would you be right here with me drinking this beer? And I started thinking about it. I was like, what would I like? I do everything I want. I go to eat. I see my friends. I drink. I see my family. It's like, life is good. It's like, what, you know what I mean? When we start getting in that loop of what we don't have, it kind of affects our happiness, but it's all just perspective. Like, if you zone in on the positive, you're going to get a positive outlook. If you choose to focus on the negative, you're going to feel negative. Yeah. And I feel like life is all perspective at the end of the day.
We were just up in Montreal, and I got a nice rental car. It was like a big SUV. I've always wanted a big SUV, so I thought I'd treat myself a little bit.
Yeah.
First hour, I'm the man. I'm driving the SUV downtown Montreal, jump General Tao plane, drunk,
Let's go.
you know. A couple hours later, just a truck, just driving around.
You know what this reminds me of? It was
just driving around. It's still cool, but you know.
Everything that's the same thing as everything. You ever buy a new article of clothing, and the first day it's like, yo, you're the man, like
new Patagonia sweater,
new watch, whatever it is, and then in like the next day it's on the floor and you want another one. And so it's like, I feel like it's a never-ending chase, as if you're a drug addict trying to get the next high, until you start to turn back and really appreciate what's within. And then like, it reminds me of a episode on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David is in like some law office. There's this big like picturesque window, and the woman's desk is like right in front of the window. And you look out, and it's like this beautiful view of like the entire city. And Larry just walks up. He goes, "How long did it take you to take that view for granted?" So, a day, 2 days, what?
Yeah, it's true.
It's true, man.
There's just. I have a friend, actually. I have a friend. You know, he just makes just under $200K, and we were talking about his job, if he really likes it, and like he likes the money, but like he doesn't have time to spend it, and he's just so, you know, he goes to work every day. It's like, yeah, it's nice money.
I feel like
I feel
like people out there, if you told them you would give them $20,000 to $40,000 less than they make, and they actually love and like what they're doing, I think that most people would choose that. Like, my girl is in pharmacy, and she just said like one of the main people for all of Atlantic, Canada, or whatever, just downgraded to like a single store manager, and it's like $20,000 less a year, but it's like it's happier. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that is the overall true win, is just happiness. Isn't that what we want? We all just want to be happy.
I think
at the end of the day, man.
That's what I want. We're having this debate right now, right before you got here. We have the options coming up to do like 5 tournaments in the next month. And we're like, okay, so let's weigh the option of money and happiness. Do we want to live a good life, or do we want to be working our asses off making good money? And like, as soon as you leave here today, we're going to continue the conversation. So it's just like, it's always a debate within our company, within everything in life. It's a balance.
Everything's a sacrifice. It's like, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You got to decide, and different choices are going to have different outcomes, but you got to live with them. Do you ever make a choice and then you, like, it's one or two things, a fork in the road type of vibe, and then you make one choice and you're like, damn, what if I like, you beat yourself up, like, I should have did this, or like.
Yeah, definitely. But I think one of my skills is learning from my mistakes, like, early. But I've been there for sure. Like, I remember like doing trips and taking meetings that were just like a waste of time.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, now I know how to, you know, like I can smell a fake like Cinnabon from a mile away type thing. Like I can smell it. Yeah. I can sense it before it comes.
But if you didn't go through that, then you wouldn't have that ability to sense it. So it's almost like you got to go through the ringer. You got to make the mistakes, or else you will never learn. Yeah. And I feel like I'm starting to feel like mistakes, I'm trying not to beat myself up anymore, because they're actually a positive.
Always.
Because it tells you what not to do the next time. And I don't know.
Life's a game, man. You just gotta pay attention.
Yeah, for real.
That's all it is.
That's it. Pay attention, because a lot of people don't even know what's going on. It's like, I don't know.
What's the line again? I can smell a fake.
I can smell a fake from a mile away, like Cinnabon.
And what's the one after? My minute's gone.
from the days it hit me after 6. My minute's gone.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Remember that?
Me and Sarah were in the mall the other day. And she's like, "Where's Cinnabon?" And I was like, I don't think it's here anymore."
You can smell it from a mile away.
From
a mile away, man. That's so funny. Because, you walk in the mall before, all you can smell is Cinnabon.
They're open. It's Starbucks now.
Is it Starbucks?
Yeah, at the Halifax Shopping Center. It's only in Micmac now, I think.
Yeah. Starbucks. They were making fun of me on TikTok of how I pronounce Starbucks because of maritime accent.
What?
Starbucks. You know how other places Starbucks. You know how we're like Starbucks. Yeah.
Starbucks by.
When I had that video with the little one Anna,
that blew up.
Got like 4.9 million views or something.
I had like 4 people come up to me like, "You see Quake's video?" I'm like, "No."
Biggest video of my career.
I think my mom was actually one of them. We were at the golf. Like, "Do you see Quake's video? Who is that?"
Yeah,
that was funny.
Biggest video of my career. It was going to get a lollipop from Starbucks. Gotta love it.
I wanted to ask you this. Do you ever surprise yourself anymore? You've been doing it. You've written some incredible songs. You've written some incredible verses. Do you ever go, "Holy smokes, that's pretty good"?
Sometimes it happens where I'll laugh out loud and be like, "Oh my god,
how did I do that?"
Yeah.
Tommy used to tell me stories about how you'd help other writers. I'll never be able to explain it, but one day we sat down and you explained the science of it, how to rhyme 3 lines before, whatever.
Yeah.
And you taught a couple other people. I'm not going to mention their names, but excuse me. Do you ever? I guess I don't know. Look at that and go, "Whoa, that's a skill not a lot of people have," and surprise yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's our duty to pass on our knowledge and not hold it. And I got it from somewhere. Like,
did you? Okay.
I get different when I started hearing like Freeway and Beanie Siegel and Nas and people who are even Jay-Z, people who are unorthodox and they don't go right with the beat. Like they kind of take the scenic route. And they still end up in the same direction, whether if the direction is the snare, the kick in the snare, they still end up in the same direction at the end, but they take the scenic route. And that kind of blew my mind as to the possibilities of how you can rhyme and how you can put words together and how you can flow. Because like there's unlimited, it's like a combination lock. There's unlimited ways to like numbers, possibilities that you can do. And
it's fun watching you work.
Yeah,
I've been privileged to do it like 3-4 times, and I sat there and shut up. It's cool.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm still having fun with it, man. I feel like if it's not fun anymore, then that's not. Still having fun with it. If it's not fun anymore, go home. What? You're not having fun anymore?
No, we're just having this debate. Like we're saying the stream. He is like. We're having the debate of like, because the pod, I remember the schedule thing, and like I want to be doing more podcasts, but we're so focused on the streaming because it's really good, and it's like it's just not why I got in it. I love it. These guys love it, like it's great, but like I'm finding my passion fading a bit. Like I got to do street interviews. I used to love doing those. I don't do those as much. The podcast, some other things. So I'm just trying to find ways to integrate the streaming with the fun again.
Yeah, I feel you. Like sometimes what does better or what pays the bills is not always like what you fell in love with. Like I find that sometimes like certain types of content will do better than like sometimes it breaks my heart when it's like the food review gets more things than like a new song I put everything into. You know what I mean? And it's like, but it is what it is, I guess. Like it's like you gotta do a plethora of things to be a successful brand these days. And I feel like, you might have to take some of those paying gigs so that you are able to do stuff like this and look at it as like a blessing. 'Cause the same with me. It's like, I know, like if I make a song strictly for myself, I know it's going to be like just the most complicated rap with everything, but then no one's going to be able to digest it. So there's like something in my head too, like, okay, it has to be great, but it still has to be like digestible to the people so that it can be something, Yeah, and that's, I guess, again, where the love versus money comes in. That scale. It's a never-ending struggle just trying to balance that. But, I mean, I don't know. It's good, man.
Yeah. It could always be worse.
It could always be worse, man. That's what I like to say at the golf course.
No, golf course, I'm snapping. Like, not actually snapping, but I'm fucking. It's nice, you're 75 yards out. You got a like little, gap wedge, pitching wedge. Like you've done it a million times, but it goes right. You're like,
Yeah, what are you gonna do? At least you're not at work.
Yeah, fair enough.
I love the old man banter on the golf course. How you playing today? Oh, not too well, but at least I'm away from the wife.
You ever, anytime someone goes, so what do you do? And you just say rapper.
No,
do you ever catch people off guard?
I don't say that anymore.
What do you say?
I don't. I have a like the double authentication to sign into like a bank account.
Yeah.
The two-step
the
2-step process. So
Yeah.
I have like a 3-step process before I get to rapper. They got to be very inquisitive to get to that last step. So I'll be like,
can I hear it?
Yeah. So what do you do? I do music. Okay. Some people just leave it at that. Okay, cool, perfect. Some people, what do you play? I don't really play. I'm just an artist, vocalist. All right, cool, great. Yeah. So, what type of music? All right, fucking rap. It depends who you're talking to, because like some people don't know there's.
Well, the paired up on a golf course. That's what I'm talking about.
Some people don't know there's mad different sub-genres to rap. Like they might just have one preconceived notion of rap. You know, it was like, I don't know. It's just frustrating to people that don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get a lot of questions. Me and Pat used to talk about this. Oh, how's your little gig going?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
got a lot of gigs coming up or what?
The worst is
You making any money?
I like. Are you doing this full time now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just the curiosity. Like I don't know. It's so funny, man. It's so
Pat would have been way worse. So what do you do for a living? Battle rapper.
Yeah,
Like
you're still doing your little fights there, whatever you do.
It's funny because it's true. That's exactly how it would be. You still doing your little thing there?
Yeah. Oh man, the worst would be like what to tell. What's it called? Like border agents. You never want to say music because
entertainer.
Because then they're like, you're making money, and
Yeah.
I used to just freeze up, and then sometimes they'll get you into questions. So what do you do? Like I've dropped it. I'm a senior accounting clerk at the Central Accounting Unit for Scotiabank.
Boom, gone.
Go right through.
Bank, boom, you're
Boom.
good.
And they don't even one day one guy was just pressing me. He's like, who are you going to visit? And I like just panicked. Said I was going to Atlanta, and I knew my boy Jeter was from Alabama. I was like, Jeter. He said, how do you know him? We played football together. And then he goes, well, I go, at school. I went to high school with him too. He's like, what high school? And I'm like, Halifax West. And then like, he was just hitting me. And then he knew I was lying. But at the end, like, I was just so quick with the answers. He's like, all right, go ahead.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
You used to say that people used to get frustrated with you because when you were in an argument, you'd always win because you're good with words.
Yeah.
You'd be like talking to people. You'd be in a debate and be like, "Well, it's not fair. You're a rapper."
Yeah, that's what like one of my exes used to say. She's like, "Well, it's not fair. Like you do this professionally.
Yeah.
Like I can't get my point across." It's so funny. One of the funniest experiences with the border people ever was. We were going to Atlanta, and my buddy Corey Jonkis. Atlanta's like a predominantly black city, like a lot of that. So, he went up, and it's like a young black guy, and he's like, "What's the purpose of your visit?" He's like, "I'm here to free guap." This when Gucci Mane was in jail.
Okay.
He's like, "I'm here to free guap," but he's like, "Go ahead," just start smiling and laughing.
If you're quick with it, you're confident, you'll right on
That
through.
was one of the best, man. I couldn't believe he said it, man. I was like. Cause I don't know, I'm shaky when I get up to those things. I take my hat off and everything, start being respectful. And when you get up to the customs agents, man, they don't play around.
Traveling to the States compared to traveling around in Canada is a totally different ball game.
Oh yeah,
Dudes was at security the other day and they took his toothpaste but gave him his weed. Let him toothpaste, no, weed good.
What?
It's like what?
It makes no sense.
Too much toothpaste.
Do you ever bring your mics?
Yeah, all the time.
Does it get sent around the other?
I'll show you a video.
Carousel.
Like it just happened.
They think it's a bomb because it has like switches on it and.
Like we're bringing routers. This is me the other day, just like in there.
Yeah, because they send it around the other way.
They send it around.
Yeah,
and they're like, "What's this?" I'm like, "What do you think it is?" But then I got duct tape in there, and I got a bunch of stuff, and
criminal.
It's all part of the gig.
I guess so. Now I'm starting to take the mic out and just leave it in the tray
with the laptop.
And they don't stop it. Yeah.
It's not like you're hiding. It's not like you're nervous. You're not hiding anything.
Sometimes I feel nervous even when I'm not hiding anything. Like even like if I get ID'd at the liquor store, I feel like maybe it's called anxiety, but I feel like I have a fake ID or something. Like Like, what could go wrong? I'm not doing anything wrong. Even if you see like a cop or something and I'm driving, I'm like, I start feeling as if I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is.
No, everyone has that. It's not just you.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, man.
What are you
gonna say?
Where are you going next? You got anything trips coming up?
No, I don't. I'm starting to plan a cross country tour right now. We're just in the infancy stages, but I'm excited because it's been since I think 2019 since I did cross country last with Snack the Ripper and DTG. Shout out to DTG, man. He does. You ever see his stuff?
I don't know.
He does the Eminem impressions.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
I've seen him.
That's my guy, man. He's a creative genius. He actually shot the video for me for Try.
Okay.
So we were in Hamilton and had no plan and ended up with this crazy video where he lights the house on fire in the end in some like I don't know what it is, special effect. He killed it.
I was gonna say you actually didn't light the house on fire. Yeah.
No. It's real. Still real to me, damn it.
Well, that's fun, cross country.
Yeah.
Traveling just traveling in general for work, I find is tough. How do you deal with it?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just have a couple cold ones and
You're good to
keep
go.
on trucking, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I guess we got to take that advice from him.
Yeah, relax. It's
Yeah.
not that serious. Life is short.
We're taking ourselves too serious, I guess. Eh? we wanna find a behind the scenes guy to start doing because we have so many problems when we travel and just every day like we're trying to solve problems.
Yeah.
And we think a lot of other people would like to see these problems.
Do you need an assistant?
Nope, just need someone to shoot and edit.
Shooting at it.
Because I don't want to edit.
Well, you don't do that?
The talent.
He brings in the live streaming contract, so he's in charge of like hiring and like
Okay.
organizing and like making sure equipment is where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So we got to find someone else that just like has their own camera.
Yeah.
But there's tons of those guys. But the thing is, consistency. You just don't want a guy that does one or two and then it's over.
That's what I'm trying to. I get it because
the guy who does yours is good.
I'm trying to find an assistant manager,
Oh,
and so I just put it on Instagram and this Google Forms thing I have. You can fill it out and you get some responses. But that's why I need help too.
Have you ever called like a reference?
No. No. No.
Get a resume?
No. That's hilarious. You ever see those videos where they call it's like a fake reference and they call them and they call someone and it's like some prank and it's like they pretend like they know the person but it's fake.
No,
But
I've done that before. But
yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah.
Tommy used to do it.
Yeah.
Or like Michelle, like you just call it. Basically anyone at Tommy's place. Yeah, they'll do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
good worker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good.
Great worker.
Yeah, great worker. Shows up all the time.
I remember one day you showed up late, but you were like half an hour late, but you somehow had time to stop for Egg McMuffins, and you brought everyone Egg McMuffins, and we were all pissed that you were late because like the workload was extensive, and then I think like I might have gave you a sly remark or something, and you're like, "How's the Egg McMuffin?"
Yeah, I still do that. I still have that in my back pocket. Like things like, I got you a hat. How's that hat? Look
Yeah.
at
That's so funny. Man.
No, I remember that day. Man, I can't believe we woke up that early. You're up at 4. Like you're
Were
up.
you?
No, you're up at 5:30. We had to be there for 6.
The worst was drinking, man, the night before and then coming in there. Oh my God, man.
I don't know why we did it to ourselves.
It was terrible. Terrible.
It was awful.
How are we doing on time?
How much time are we at right now?
An hour.
We're at an hour.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
I don't want this to end.
What are you going to do?
What are you doing the rest of the day?
I don't know. I'm kind of hungover. I kind of maybe want to have Coors Light. I like a light beer when I'm hungover.
Okay.
And then maybe some garbage food, possibly Eastside Mario's or something that's just going to make me feel like a disgusting beached whale.
The honesty is just oozing out of you. I love it.
Love it.
It's
Life's
too
short, man.
Yeah. That's
Life's
good
too
stuff.
short. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do this again.
Yep.
Let's talk.
Yep.
And let's get a couple rounds in here.
Let's do it.
All right.
What are you doing right now? You guys want to go have a lunch meeting?
Nah, we got work to do.
All right.
We got to debate money and in a good time.
All right. Well, go and have a couple cold ones.
All right, sounds good. Quake,
bless.
you're the man. Thank you very much for coming on. Everyone listening, what more do you want out of life, all right? Wednesday, sun is out, Halifax, or wherever you're listening to this. I hope you enjoyed. It was free, so you better enjoy it. Have fun. Work hard. We're out. Peace.
Peace. There you go.
Wow, what an episode.